Boom, 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 boom. Hi. Hey guys, it's Wahima, but just call me Wah. Melanated! Welcome to another episode of Morning Tea, where we sit in our sleepwear and discuss current events. Today's tea is water. What just happened on my phone? Let me take my phone off. But people are texting me, and I want to conversate with people. Okay. I'm gonna wait for people to get into the room. Oh my God, 25 seconds in and no one has joined the room? What's going on? Is my internet not working? Oh, one person now. Well, welcome. I'm gonna have to wait. So for those of you guys who are not watching this live, this beginning part is gonna be a little bit of a filler. Let me explain where I am and what's happening in my background. I am in Tennessee for work. And so my next couple of videos will have this background because this is where she's at right now. And I'm not going to be filming and editing. I didn't bring all my equipment with me. Oh my God, no one is joining the room. This is a first in my life. This is a first. I'm just going to wait a little bit. So sorry. I'll put in the comment section what time the video actually starts. 5 people. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm on Instagram looking through to see what might be on the shade room. Hi, Clarice. Welcome. 11 people, 2 likes. Thank you guys so much for the 2 of you. Pierre is here. Pierre, so I have a topic specifically for you. And it made me think of you when I thought of it. Oh, everyone's coming in now. Thank God. It was a full minute before anybody came into the room, y'all. I thought like nobody was going to show up. Hi, Jonna. Hi, Ashley. Hi, 2 pretty brown eyes. Hi, Chanel. Hi, Jasmine. Kimberly. West Covina. Dub C. Dub C, sis. For me, yeah, for you. Okay, so let me tell you, because you know how you're telling me this is for Pierre. So Pierre and I have had conversations where Pierre is like, tell me what, like he asked me to reiterate something that I had said before about why do you care if people are looking at you? And he said that he's working on himself. So I had a moment like that, Pierre, where I was going to work on myself too. Hi, everyone. Morgan, Nikia, Raquel, Yaya, or Jaja. Hello. So let me tell you what happened. Let me tell you what I discovered about myself, actually, Pierre. So what happened is I'm always trying to like be better as a person, because I feel like a lot of my life, like high school and 20s, was like I was kind of a shitty person because I was experiencing a lot of like trauma in, you know, other spaces of my life. And it was coming out, I took it out on other people. And so I have a lot of anxiety because of it in my life when I start to think back on stuff. And I'm like, oh my God, it's like I have Asperger's or something. Not Asperger's, but it's like I have some kind of social fear or like social anxiety that has always been there, but I've just never named it. And I always took the stance of like, this is who I am. I'm just going to be me. Like, I'm kind of mean and shitty and bitchy, but like, it's fine because that's who I am. And somebody's going to accept me for me. Meanwhile, you know, 37 years later, I'm single as fuck and like, can't get it. But anyways, I'm digressing. I know I'm not, Jonna. Sorry. I'm not saying I'm on the spectrum. I'm saying that I know somebody who has Asperger's and they have like a social anxiety because of it. And so that's why I said it. I'm not trying to say I have it. I hope that no one takes it as offensive or that I'm, you know, making light of autism. Jesus Christ. Now I'm having anxiety because now I think that I must have offended somebody with my comment about being on the spectrum, which I didn't say I was on the spectrum. I just said I have like a form of Asperger's, which is probably wrong. But anyways, there's my mind. That's what happens, right? Okay. So there's 2 things. Remind me that there's 2 things before I move forward. The first thing is that I don't like it when people come up to me and say, I heard that this happened. Because I'm like, who told you that? Like I try to play it off by being like, oh my God, who told you that? Meanwhile, I'm like, who's been talking about me? Oh my God, they're talking about me. You know, like that's what happens. And so like, even for low key things, like when, so my parents' generation is a generation with how they share information is by getting on the phone and telling everyone, you know, like all of their children's business. And so I make it my business to stay very private because I don't want my parents on the phone talking to their siblings, telling them everything that's happening in my life. Because I feel like then people are going to continue to spread that. And then I'm going to get a call from a cousin that's like, I heard you didn't pick up your sock. You know, like I don't like that shit. So like, thanks, Jana. I know. I just went there in my head though. Yeah. So anyways, I don't like I don't like that. But it's the way that people communicate. Like, so I'm holding back from talking to my family and telling them things about myself and being really private with things because I don't want them to tell anyone. But it's human nature. Like, they're proud of me, or they want to, say what I've been doing. But I get worried that other people are going to take that information and interpret it their own way. For example, I'm in Tennessee right now, and I asked my family not to say anything, and I'm sure they have, but like, I didn't want them to say anything because I didn't want people to be like, oh, why is she going to Tennessee? And then I'm like, oh, for work. And then the automatic not line through, but like, not everybody gets to travel for work, right? It feels like, for me, an elitist and or like, oh, you must make a certain amount of money if you're traveling for work type situation, right? And so I don't want people to think like, oh, Wahima, she's got a good job. She makes X amount of money because she's traveling for work. Because this is the second time I've traveled for work in like 7 months. So, it feels very, hi, Quasi. It feels very like bougie to travel for work. Does it not? Am I wrong? But anyways, so I'm learning that I can't allow my anxieties and my like worried about whether other people are going to say or think about me when it comes to finances and stuff. Cause I don't want anybody to think that I have money. I want everyone to be like, she's just as poor as me. Like, because I feel like that kind of energy, especially in my family, is that people are like, oh, you're so fancy. Because I feel like that's what the kind of energy I got from my family all my life because of the way I speak and people thinking that I'm bougie, which I am, or like, I think I'm, which I don't. And it's like that thing, I'm just like, anxiety. So no, I know, Jen. I know who you are. Girl, I know you are. I know you do. But it's like, sometimes I read comments too. This is the second part of it. Remember I said, remind me, I had two things. The second part of it is that I read comments from people. And if it isn't somebody that I know, like Jana or Quasi or like Kimberly or Pierre or Tia or like Tiana, you know what I'm saying? If it isn't somebody that I'm like super familiar with, I automatically think that they're being mean to me. So example, on Monday, I put out like a little post on YouTube that said, I'll tell you what it said. That was me talking about the fact that I was going to go live. And so where did I put it? It was a day ago. I put, should I go live and talk about 90 Day Fiance? Don't attack broke energy. Don't attract broke energy. No, keep the rich, fancy energy. So yeah, anyway, yeah, it's easy to say just be you. Thank you, Kimberly. I am just being me. Like, you're right, I am. But like, so long of my life, just being me was me being kind of an asshole and bitchy, And so that's why I'm worried that I don't know the line. Like, I don't know when it happens. If that makes any kind of sense. Hi, Punky Reggae Party. Welcome back. I don't know if you're in the States. Last time I spoke to you, you were traveling. So welcome back. I don't know if you're in the States at all, but welcome back. Okay, so somebody put on one of my things, hey, Wa, I love your reviews, but lately you seem uninterested in the show. It's kind of hard to watch you when you're bored with it. And the number one, I'm not bored with the shows. Number two, if it's kind of like that, it may seem like such a small thing to say, but it affects me, like when you're kind of hard to watch when you're bored with it. This is one person out of like 10,000 who watch my videos. And I'm worried about this one person. And it's because I'm not worried about them, but I'm like annoyed by this comment because I don't comment on people's videos. Like, I don't comment on people's videos unless it's to say good, positive things. I don't go on Instagram. I don't say shit on anybody's Instagram feed unless I know them and it's all good, positive stuff. So when someone says something like that, it makes me feel like I'm an actor or something and the producers are talking about me. Isn't that weird? But that's where my brain goes. Like, not to say that I think you guys are producers, but like, you guys are the audience, right? And so YouTube creates this like very specific audience group and interaction that's very unique that celebrities themselves don't have to deal with, right? And I'm just a regular ass person living my regular ass life. And it's hard when I get things like that because normal people who put themselves out there, like not normal people, but celebrity people or people who put themselves out there don't get that kind of feedback. And it's hard for me to take it as feedback, as like positive. It makes me go, oh, like, why does this person think that I'm uninterested? I'm not uninterested. And I go back at my videos and I'm like, I'm not uninterested. Like, my energy for Game of Thrones was hype. My energy for 90 Day Fiance, like, it's been good as far as I know. I haven't been able to do reenactments because of time constraints. But like my first 90 Day Fiance, when I saw Chantel's hair, like I was hype. So all I'm doing is thinking about what I've been doing wrong. And I know this person probably didn't mean it like that. They were probably just, I don't know what I see. And that's another thing. I don't know why somebody would tell me that they don't want to watch me anymore. That's what I feel. That's what I read. It's like Brene Brown when she's like, talk about, the story you're telling yourself. Anyway, so that's a little 10-minute tangent or 11-minute tangent on that. I'm going to come to the comment section. Hey, Tiana, welcome. That's so not true though. She clearly doesn't understand your personality. She is dismissed. And right. But like, initially, Tiana, you're not in my ear telling me this. Initially, I read that and I'm just like, I'm uninterested and this person doesn't want to watch me and they're telling me I'm hard to, it's like so stupid. It's so stupid. At the end of the day, love you all. Thank you so much, Morgan. I don't think they're trolling. I think it's like a genuine, like, I think people, it's like aunties, like when aunties come up to you and tell you things and you're just kind of like, that came from a good place. However, like, it doesn't make me feel the best, especially when like, you don't pay my bills. It's like when your auntie tells you something, I'm like, my aunties don't give me nothing, except for I have an auntie who like gives me everything. But I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like when it's the auntie that doesn't do anything for you and they're giving you like advice. Like if my aunt Lerna literally could tell me anything. She could be like, Waham, I don't like your shoes and you smell and take a bath, bitch. Like she could say whatever she wanted to me because she's always there for me. And like I could go to her house and show up and be like, hey, and she's like, come in, I'm cooking. Come in, you want something to eat? Come in, go in the refrigerator and find something to eat. Like, but for an aunt that I don't have that rapport with, oh my God, Jana, thank you so much for the super chat. I couldn't help it with the rest of us like watching your viewpoint. Thank you. I'm going to get into this morning tea soon. But like I was saying, like the aunties that don't do anything for me and then like pop up and give me advice, it's like, did nobody ask you? Whereas if like one of you guys that I know were to say, hey, wow, your energy's low, I would be like, oh, okay. Because I know you and we have a rapport. And like, I know you're not coming from a negative place. You get what I'm saying? Brittany, thank you guys so much. Jana, Brittany, thank you guys so much for the super chat. Should I sing a song? You guys know I'm bad at this. Where's Chris Farrah when you need her? What if I told her to do it and then we went on FaceTime and she sang a song for you? I feel like she would be down. Hey, think of a song to sing about Jana and Brittany. They gave me a super chat. Then go on FaceTime. If you have time, FaceTime me. I'm trying to get Chris to sing you guys a song. Okay, anyways, let's see what she says. So let's move on to our second topic. This is like, 13 minutes in, girl. I could go on and talk about this all day long. Chris said she's coming on live tonight. Oh, great. Yes, I get what you are saying. There is something about history that's comforting. You don't have to explain. I get taken wrong often, but not with old friends. Yeah, it's the same thing. Let me go back. Quasi Joy. Hi, Joy. My husband says I always think of the worst. Oh my God, after you mentioned Brene Brown on Netflix, I watched it. Story I'm telling myself is life. Girl, you guys, if you're into like trying to be better people, watch that. Because if you have relationships with people or like a significant other, watch. The story I'm telling myself is blah. That is what I literally have to start telling everybody. Like I told my dad and he was like, well, stop telling yourself that. Stop that. I'm like, Dad, I have anxiety. Like when he drives, I'm in the passenger seat. Like, I feel like my dad drives like a 70-year-old man. And like, that's what he is, a 70-year-old man. And I'm like, just, can I drive? You're driving so slow. And you're like, you're waiting so long to get over. And we got to get over now. You know, I'm just like getting crazy. Pretty Brown Eye says, I've been watching your channel for a while now, and I'm always waiting for your reviews. I think you're awesome and love my shirt. Thank you so much for buying a shirt. And love having people read Be True, Be True, and Find Your Place. Thank you. But anyway, so thank you so much, Pierre. Pierre, I was like, I got to tell Pierre about what I'm feeling. And I've been like waiting to have a morning tea so I can talk to you about it, Pierre. I don't know if you're still in the room, but anyways, thank you so much for saying that, because it's a work in progress. You know, we're all trying to grow and be better people. Okay, so let's jump into the... all the things are happening right now, girl. All of it. I'm getting FaceTime. Chris is coming on. Let me do this.
What is the aim of the protest?
Okay, Chris is here, you guys. She's here in like kind of spirit.
Hi,
oh, you look so cute. You look. Have you seen her blonde hair? Have you seen Chris? I wish. Let me take this light off. Still you can't. Wait. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put down this. How about that? Yes, there she is. Everyone's saying hi, Chris. Hi, Chris.
Hi, I'm sorry about that. I'm actually packing right now.
Oh, you're packing?
Clothes, but I'll join.
She says that she's packing, but she's gonna join just to be here. Pierre says that he loves the blonde hair.
Who does?
Pierre, he loves the blonde hair.
Yeah, thank you. Shall I say, merci beaucoup?
Tiana says she's super hottie. Everyone is saying cute hair. We're having bad connection. All right, I'll let you go just because I'm on live and I'm using Wi-Fi and I don't want to.
You are live. You are definitely. That's what is happening right now.
All right, join the group if you can.
Okay, here I come.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Okay, she's coming in. Oh, the song! I totally forgot. Anyways, I don't want to mess up my my thing here. I don't want to mess up my, you can't have too many Wi-Fi things roaming at the same time. In fact, I'm going to take my Wi-Fi off on this so that it's not too much. Punky Reggae Party! Oh, thank you so much. Oh, you guys are so amazing. Because it's a Punky Reggae Party. Hey. And it's tonight. And the only reason I know that song is because it's already a song. And it's a Punky Reggae Party. And it's all right. It's Bob Marley. Whoa. Okay. You don't even watch the shows. I don't even watch the shows because of you. You're so entertaining. Thank you. Okay. Xena64 in the house. Xena64 is old school, girl. Like, Xena64 has been down so long in the comment sections. Love you, girl. You guys have all been down, but like, I've had some good conversations with Xena64. Okay. So Wendy Williams and her boo. Two things I want to say about this. I don't want to know what Wendy Williams is doing in her life because I'm low key, and this is very low key, kind of annoyed. She just got out of a 20-year marriage and she's going through a divorce. How is she healed? Like, maybe he's helping her heal. That could be it. And I don't know what it's like to be in a relationship with 20 years. So maybe it makes it hard just sleeping by yourself. And so having somebody there to like coax you through this, like, it's almost like she's lucky and like unlucky at the same time. It's like you're lucky because you had a partner for 20 years and you've had someone there to be with you, regardless of like how much he's actually been supportive of her or how much attention he's actually paid to her. Because obviously he had a whole ass woman on the side. But that's something that I don't understand personally because I'm a super single. I still have to get the shirt that says super single. And so I have a hard time, I think, sometimes relating to couples and people when they break up, how quickly they jump into other situations. And that's because they're used to being with someone. Like, what is that like to not only depend on yourself and your dad? Like, I depend on me. And when I can't do something, I'm like, Dad. That's my brother, but like, not really my brother. He's got a wife, but like, you know, it's like, I don't know what that feels like. So low key, because she just is in the middle of a divorce and she's got a new boo, I'm kind of judging, and I don't mean to judge her, Like, it's not like she's wrong, but it's a little bit of like if she's gonna have a new boo, like, why do I have to know about it? Like, I don't care about Wendy Williams enough to want to know who her new boo is, because all I'm doing is being like judgy, and I don't want to be judgy. So then I don't want to know, you know. Rosa Costa says, I was married for 8 years and I started dating immediately, but usually prior to divorce. It's been over a year, no sex, sleeping in separate rooms, feeling alone. Once you file, it's freedom. Okay, great point of view. Great point of view. Oh, Swanky B. Oh yeah, it is late in London. Thank you so much for joining. Chris said she depends on her dad and then herself. Yeah, Chris and I are both like very much dependent on our dads. Like, we very much are like, hi dad, you know. Dad, what are you doing? Daddy. I call my dad daddy. I'm like, daddy. And he's like, yes. Like, I needed to go get cash one night, and he was like literally in the middle of eating like his meal for the evening. And he's like, yes. And I was like, can you take me to Chase? I don't feel safe going right now by myself. And he was like, okay. like it's like 9 o'clock at night, you know, his day is done. And, you know, if you guys follow me on Instagram, you know, my dad is constantly like up doing stuff. Like, he's in the garden, he's like moving this thing, he's doing that. Like, he's on the move at all times because he refuses to like be an old 70. And so like, he's that guy for me. You know, people have significant others to do that kind of stuff with, but I don't I just have my dad. But anyway, so that's my thing on Wendy. Her new boo is like apparently a designer. He's 27 years old. There was an interview done with her, and I think it was TMZ, and they kind of got in her business, and she acknowledged the fact that she gets in everybody's business, so she understands why they're in her business. She gave a little bit of tea, said that, you know, Kevin and Kevin are both okay now, you know, because one Kevin is like still really young and he needs his dad, and like, you know, things are fine, and they're obviously going to see each other at family events. And so I'm just like, how is Wendy coping? And I hope that she's not like doing drugs, you know, because she's an addict. So I hope she's okay. All right. So the next thing that I want to talk about is justice for Layleen. Another story about Rikers Island. Like, Rikers Island, girl, like, people get sent to Rikers Island for no apparent reason. And then it reminds me of like Khalif Brawler from a minute ago. Remember Khalif, who I think there was something to do with a backpack. I don't know, but because he couldn't do bail, because he couldn't put up bail, he got sent to Rikers and then got lost in the system and never had a trial for like a year and a half, and was just sitting in jail. He did nothing, just like a normal ass kid living his life. And then, so Layleen is a transgender woman who couldn't pay the $500 bail and went to Rikers and ended up dying. She had seizures. She had seizures, and there was no medical attention given to her, and she died in her cell. And so Mayor de Blasio of New York said that they were going to be doing a very transparent, investigation, so that we can see like what's all going on. Sorry, my coworker's texting me, and he's like, I have a question. Do you create a ticket for an AA that you can get guaranteed for the week, those travel tickets? Yes, you do. Give me a minute and I will try to walk you through it. Oh, I'll do it tomorrow. Yes, you do. Give me the information. I'll do it tomorrow. Give me the info or chime. I'm sorry, you guys. So what's happening is I'm at work helping this building out, and I'm a senior person in this building. And so the person who's there right now is asking me for assistance, and I can't leave him hanging. Yes, you do. Chime me the info, and okay, great. Let me take my thing off. Okay, so anyway, so Layleen ended up going into Rikers, and she's a part of the House Extravaganza. She's big on the ball scene, and one of her housemates is in Pose. And so there was rallies, and like there was a rally that happened for her because she died, and they need to do an investigation to figure out like what's going on. Ooh, Swanky B, thank you for the £5. Thank you so much for the super chat. It's going to be a little bit more than 5, you know, in the US, because that pound is strong, girl. That Queen's gold is heavy. So, thank you. That's sad. Pierre says that's sad. Regardless of how Jaylene identified, what happened to her shouldn't have happened to anybody. Oh no, you're absolutely right. That's why I'm saying, like, that's why it reminded me of Khalif, because Khalif had something similar happen to him, except for he ended up taking his own life after the whole thing was resolved and he got out of prison. But Rikers is no place for anybody who didn't commit a crime. Like no jail is for anybody who didn't commit a crime. But Rikers has like a high fatality rate. And not just talking about these two cases. I'm talking about other things that I've heard over the years. Tia says, I swear this country fails trans women so badly. Like, we got to do better as women for each other. And we got to do better for trans women. I absolutely agree. I just don't get why anybody cares. Like, I don't get why people, like, I understand why. But I don't understand the people who are discriminating against trans people, like in housing and in jobs and all that stuff. Like, why do you think that it's your duty to stop these people from getting housing and jobs? Because you don't agree with whatever. Like, ugh, it's so annoying, so disgusting. So I really hope that this case is transparent, and I hope that there is justice for Layleen. It's just so sad. It's just so sad that this shit is still happening. It's just, I mean, obviously things are still happening for every minority in this country. So what am I saying? This shit, like, things are still happening. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about, speaking of being in people's business, when I was talking about Wendy Williams, young Miami. Girl, I've been calling this child Young Mommy this whole time. So she's one part of City Girls. The other part of City Girls is in jail. And everyone's saying she's been holding it down. I don't know what that means. Maybe she's still been going on tour while the other one's in jail. Apparently she's pregnant, and everybody was like, she pregnant. She was at a show and people were taking photos. And so it became this game of like, if you see Young Mommy, take a picture of her belly to like prove she's pregnant. And I'm just like, you guys, if this bitch don't want to talk about her pregnancy, what does it matter? And it turns out, I think part of the reason why she was so secretive about it is because was in a documentary, and she reveals it in the documentary. And now everybody's like, oh, congratulations. And I'm like, I need y'all to have the same energy when you were coming at her, forcing her to tell her business, to tell y'all about her baby. But I don't know her enough to be like, oh, she doesn't deserve that. Like, maybe she's somebody who lives her entire life on social media and she tried to keep this one thing secret and people like freaked out. It's this idea that celebrities owe people information. And I'm just like, respect it. That's why you have somebody like Beyonce who don't even give us hardly nothing. And then, and then we're just like, oh, thank you. Like, everybody, if anybody out there watched Beyonce's Netflix special and felt like it was good, or they really got something out of it, holla at me in the comment section, because we need to have a fucking conversation. I did not review that because I didn't want the Beehive to come after me, and I'm burying it deep in this, so please nobody record me saying this. But Beyonce is so private that she did a documentary about her tour, and about her Coachella show, and I didn't learn nothing new about her. It was like a 2-hour and 18-minute documentary. And an hour and 45 minutes of it was the thing I already watched. Like, then everybody was like, oh, I couldn't, Blue Ivy singing. And then I saw it and I was like, Blue Ivy, what? Blue Ivy was like, lift every voice. Just like a 6-year-old should be. Everybody act like, oh, she's the next. I'm like, the next what? Like, Brandy was hollering at 3 years old. Like, I remember seeing footage of Brandy singing a song at like 3 or 4 years old with all the force. You know what I'm saying? To the point where I was like, Brandy was a better singer at 5 than she was at 25. Like, so I'm like, if we're talking about child singers, I'm holding Brandy as the like good child singer. And like, then like Beyonce gave us like, oh, I went on this crazy diet, I did this, and but it's like, she didn't even go deep. Like, I don't want to see her kids. I don't care about her children. I want her to keep that private as much as she wants to. But she didn't tell me anything all that interesting. It was just like, I was 218 pounds when I started this, and 4 months later, I was this amount of pounds. I did this, and I just wanted a little more. Like, tell us how you auditioned the dancers. Like, do a little bit more interviews with the dancers. I want to know the audition process. I want to know the process of developing the thing. I want to talk about the outfits more. Like, let's talk up to the designers. Let's talk about Bay. Let's just give us more. She talked about how she always wanted to go to a HBCU, but she was traveling at the age of college, and so the world was her college experience. And I was like, but did you learn things? Like, what are those things that you learned, miss? Tell us what you learned in France. Like, when you watch Serena Williams' Being Serena, I feel like I love watching her Instagram so much more, because I feel like Being Serena, even though it was only 5 episodes and it was only about the birth of her child, I felt like I learned so much about Serena Williams in that moment. And it wasn't even too private. Like, you can still be super private and keep your personal life private and give information about the process. I don't need to know like specifically what you ate every single day, or like how, but like, give us something. I don't know, girl. Just like I'm going to the comment section to see what you guys are saying. So I feel like I had a hex on me after the last one. It was goddess worship, and we've seen it all. Okay, I wasn't watching. I don't know what you're talking about. I turned it off in the middle. I'm like wasting my life and time. Amina says, not because she is private, it's because Beyonce is boring. Swanky said it. I didn't say it. You come after her. Chloe says, I always watch, and this is the first time commenting. Please review the show Smothered. Your commentary would be hilarious. I watched Smothered, and I just don't want to talk bad about people's mamas. Like, that's why. Why can't women decide when they're comfortable to tell the world they're pregnant? Yeah, exactly. Joy says, just liked, gotta do it. Got so excited I almost forgot. Thank you, Joy. Honey Queen says, runs to look up 5-year-old Brandy video. There's this video. She might be older than 3, but like, she's really young and she is wailing. I wouldn't share nothing either. People clown Blue's hair just to be messy. Exactly. Oh, Zena, thank you so much. I know, girl. I'm watching out. The Beehive will attack the shit out of me. Beyonce has blown up so much that her diva has taken the best of her. I think she will be wild, but you know what? I think it's fine. She's allowed to be a diva. Beyonce is allowed to do whatever she wants to do and be as private as she wants to be, because I respect that. I'm just saying, if you're going to put out a 2-hour documentary and 1 hour and 45 minutes of it is the same thing that we already watched, and I was in awe of it. I loved it. She gave us slightly new footage, but I wanted to see way more behind the scenes than the actual thing again, because I already seen it and I felt like it wasn't, she could have given us more without giving us too much. For example, auditions for it, production meetings, what her workout routine was. I know I just said she didn't have to give that, but like what her workout routine was. Like, YouTube that shit. Like, be a YouTuber real quick. Rosa legit watching paint dry. I don't get why people want to be told about pregnancy, but no one tells about miscarriages or abortions. I mean, I don't think we should. Yeah, it's all personal. I think every moment of it is personal. Thank you so much for the super chat, Xena64. Let me respond to this coworker. He is coming through. Yes, they do. Great. All right, so let's move on to the next topic. It's Sudan. So yeah, Young Mommy happened. So Sudan. Okay, so there's things happening in Sudan. I'm going to read it because I can't explain it to you as much as I would like to. So here's the overshadow. There was a leader named Omar. See, I don't even know the man's name. Let's just go on ahead and read the thing. Okay. Whew. So, let me put my glasses on. Protests disrupted. Hopes of a peaceful transition of power took a fatal blow on June 3rd when soldiers and the paramilitary group opened fire on a pro-democracy sit-in in Khartoum. Okay, so let me give you a little bit of backstory. So in April, their leader was deposed, right? And they used the military to depose this leader. His name is Bashir. Bashir left, right? And so he's no longer, so it created a vacuum. So the military stepped in and took over. Then there was a group of civilians who were like, hey, go on ahead and let's make a plan. So after 3 years, power that you've taken over from Bashir gets put into us, like the group, this group that wanted to have a democracy in Sudan. So they were having talks, and all of a sudden the talks fell apart. And this transitionary military council refused to give up power. And now there's no like plan for the military to give up the power. So the pro-democracy people, they planned some sit-ins, and during the sit-ins, the military opened fire on them. So it was peaceful protests and civil disobedience, and the military decided that they were going to try to squash that. So they opened fire on them, and they killed, to date, 118 people. And there are lots of people who are injured. About 40 bodies were found dumped in the River Nile after the attack. Jeez Louises. So in initial celebrations gave way to demands that the Transitional Military Council, which took over after Bashir's outing, make way for civilian-led interim body and hold elections. The military council and opposition groups originally agreed on a 3-year transition to democracy, but talks broke down in May. In the face of the attacks, protest leaders have refused to restart talks with military leaders who have been in damage control following the international criticism of the attacks on June 3rd. In a statement released on Thursday, the SPA ruled out a return to the negotiation table until those responsible for last week's barbaric attack on demonstrators at the Army's HQ are brought to justice. So now they don't want to go back to talks until the Army's people are brought to justice. And so the Army shut down their Wi-Fi. So for a while, people in the Sudan were unable to communicate to their loved ones outside. So they put a whole communication blackout on Sudan for a while. So girl, those poor innocent people who are just living their lives. Hi, Jesse, welcome. Who are just living their lives, and just want to live in peace are being smashed in between this civil disobedience and the military and all this stuff. And so I just when I think of people who are in civil war countries, the people of Yemen and the people in the Democratic Republic of Congo and Sudan and just all these places. I know I only named 3. I'm sure there's others. I'm not being shady to the other ones. I just don't know them. But all these other places that are going through things like this, it just makes me so sad, because all I can think of is the mom and dad who are just trying to raise their kids and go to work, the people who are just literally trying to, imagine you live, let's say there was a civil war happening in Georgia, right? Between the military and the government, and Geraldine and Aunt Sue is just minding their business, and their house gets blown up. Or people storm into their house to check to see if they have contraband. Just people living their lives are being negatively impacted and affected by this. And it's you would think that the people, the military, why would you attack sit-ins? But it's when you just want all that power and you just don't care and you'll just kill anybody to get it. It's just so annoying. So anyways, that's for Sudan. Keep a lookout on the information in Sudan. More information is coming out all the time. I really hope that the killings stop. I hope that those people who killed those people on July 3rd are brought to justice, and that they can work out some kind of transitional interim government that's going to work together and figure it out. Because the regular ass people like Fatima, Muhammad, people who are minding their own business. Oh my God, Alexia. Thank you so much for the super chat. That is so generous. Thank you so much. I honestly appreciate it. Sis, I honestly appreciate it. I'm did you mean to give that much? Because I can figure out how to give it back. Thank you so much. So much. So much. You're amazing. So Baby Fat is coming back, and it's going to be in Forever 21. I don't know how I feel about it. I never wore Baby Fat when it was popular because I felt like I didn't like it. It just was I have a statement at the tip of my tongue, but I don't want to say it. I just felt like it was just too much gold and shit, you know? It was just too I don't want to, listen, I don't like labels. I think that's the thing. And that little gold cat on the butt, I was just like, I wasn't into apple bottoms either. Like, I just was like, Alexa, I'm like, Alexia, like, I literally don't know. I literally am just like, I don't know what to say. The Jacqueline Hill, Kimberly asks me, baby fat was tacky to me. Thank you. That's a good word. And Mandy said that, yeah, thank you. No apple bottom jeans, no apple bottom jeans. I also didn't know where to get them. Like, where the fuck do you find apple bottom jeans? They weren't in Macy's, girl. They weren't in JCPenney's. I don't know where you even buy them. Where were they? I have a BP tattoo on my right thigh I used to model for their college sales. Let me tell you, I'm happy my tat came back. That's so funny, Tiana. Baby fat, I don't even know where they sold it at. They didn't sell it in my suburb. I don't know. Anyways, apple bottoms I never did. Baby fat I saw, but like I don't remember where I saw it. And like it was just I didn't like all the extra shit. There was like bedazzled and like I just wasn't into that. I mean, you know I love me some gold, but not on clothing like that. Let's see. I feel like Alexia dropped that bomb and just like left. She has not commented one thing. Oh, they were at Macy's? Oh, Getaway. I know I wrote it down. I used to know how to say your name. Journeys had him? Oh, okay. I had a friend that used to save up for baby fat and Pepe jeans by not eating lunch. Oh, girl. She was serious about it. Too gaudy. That's exactly. It was just too much sparkles and shit on it. I didn't need it. When I was a young thing, I used to go to fashion shows in NYC. Mother was living. Oh, you know, I used to love it. My mom used to go to the Ebony Fashion Fair. No, those are two different things. The Ebony Fashion Show. The Ebony Fashion Fair. Thank you for forgiving me. I'm sorry. I need to see about your name. Rob May, if you're thinking straight. Robinson's May. Kimberly, did you live in West Covina when the Robinson's May was over there? When it was J.C. Penney's and Broadway? When the West Covina Mall had that? Did you live there then? Fat Farm. Oh, girl. I can't believe we never ran into each other. Like, I don't recognize your name at all. Did you go to Edgewood Middle School? How old are you? I went to Edgewood Middle School in 1993 to 1996. And then I didn't go to West Covina High. Oh, you're so much younger than me. That's why. Girl, you a smooth 10 years younger than me. That's exactly why. That's why. Can you please tell us why you call Nicole Nickel? Oh, Aaliyah. Yeah, I remember you said that in the last one. Actually, I didn't see it in the last one. Do you watch the show? I'm waiting for you to respond. Oh, Alexia, there she is, showing herself. Thank you, Alexia. Ross Dress for Less. Why can you please review the show Smothered? I cannot review the show Smothered. One, because I don't want to talk about nobody's mama. And two, because I just don't have the time to do... Love After Lockup is coming. So I'm going to be doing 90 Day Fiancé, and Love After Lockup. I cannot include Smothered. I like... Who, what, when has the time? Unless I did do it and all I did was lives on it. Okay, so Aaliyah, you watched the show. How does Azan, when you hear Azan say Nicole's name, what do you hear? Aaliyah, why do you keep writing the same thing over and over again? I see you, girl. Ah, there it goes. Pay attention to the way that Azan says her name. Azan calls her Nickel. And so it's a running joke with everybody who kind of reviews 90 Day Fiancé. I know 2 other reviewers who call her Nickel too. So it's kind of a thing. I remember Pepe jeans. Okay, I understand. My boyfriend and I think your commentary would be super funny though. No, you're right. I think I would be. Like, for example, the Asian mom, she too much. She gotta go. But I love like the Jewish mom. I love her. I love those two. But the Asian mom, she gotta go. She doing too much. What is the other mom? The other mom is the one where she got one child that looks black and the other child that doesn't, and she has the black ex-husband. And then the girl put on that sheer dress to be around her daddy. I was like, this is too much. The bathwater? Every time I see a commercial, like, if sometimes we share the same bathwater, if the water's still warm, I'm like, so when you sit in the bathtub, you don't actually wash your body? You just soak in it? When I get into the bathtub, I wash my body. I mean, it's a real luxurious day if I shower first, make bath water, and then sit in the bathtub. It's a real luxurious ass day. So I wash my body when I'm in the bathtub, and it's not fit for anybody else to wash their body in it. The Asian mama, she be doing too much. Her name is like Sun Hee. She be doing too much, talking about being mad at her daughter for going on a date without her. Huh? No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Thanks for telling us about Azan. I have been so very curious why. Quasi never asked the question not one time. She just let me say nickel all the time. But Aaliyah was like, why do you say nickel? And Aaliyah's not the only person. There's several people who will come in the comment section. It's like, why are you calling her nickel? Why are you calling her nickel? And I'm like, I'm not the only person that calls her nickel and also listen to Azan. Because Azan will be like, Nicole said, and the way he says it is like, Nicole. So Nicole said that she, is going through something like that to Morocco. Like, you know his voice. Jay says Nicole needs to team up. No, I'm not going to talk about that. Not going to do fat shaming. Asian mom feels incestuous. Yes. Tiana says like Cher on Clueless with that sheer top over the slip. Hello neighbors. Hi Ultra Glow HD. Sonura says, also, did y'all realize that the Asian mom's daughter is black? Really? I'm gonna sneeze. Okay. Your vagina is in that bath. You do not share vagina water. You tell the people, like, that's why they get that whole statement, out with the bathwater. Like, babies, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Like, families used to full on take baths in the same thing, but that was when you had to like carry the water from the well. You know what I'm saying? When it was like you had to heat the water up on the stove. Linda Fairstein. Let's move on before. That's the last topic. Linda Fairstein was the prosecutor in the Central Park 5 case, and she's saying that everything that Ava DuVernay depicted in the movie was incorrect. And I'm like, first of all, I don't know if Ava DuVernay wrote the script, but it's more people who are part of that script and part of that show than Ava DuVernay. And you had your opportunity to be on the show. They reached out to you and asked you for commentary and to check things, and you declined to be involved in the show. And so now when it's out and you lost book deals and you've been canceled, and you deleted all your social media, now you want to come up with these things are lies. You had your opportunity when they reached out to you, and you didn't take that opportunity. Whew, girl. The father is black, and she is denying her blackness with that makeup. Well, it's weird because we're talking about Smothered again, sorry. So morning tea is over. When did it ever really begin? But yeah, like the daughter, one of the daughters of like the white lady with the blonde hair, I love that she's having a second wind. And I don't quite care that it's with her like 21-year-old daughter. Like, as somebody who doesn't have a good relationship with their mom, I don't feel like I have a leg to stand on when talking about how people and their mothers behave. So I just don't want to talk like, if that's how if she wants to go out with her daughter and have a good time, at least she's not like Lena Lohan and Lindsay Lohan, where like, one is underage and she's taking her out. Apparently this is when they're like, apparently now mom's getting her second win. She just got a divorce from her husband, who she's still living with, who the dad still lives in the house. But like, I'm just like, okay, do what you got to do with your daughter. I don't feel like they're too close. I just think that the outfits that they wore in front of the dad was a little extra. Like the mom, okay, but the daughter, having her like wearing a sheer dress and having her butt out, I could never. I would like die a million deaths before I let my dad see my nipples. I'd die a million deaths. I need you to stab me before I'd ever do that. I've never seen Smothered. Now I'll watch. They never apologized though. Yeah, Linda Fairstein never apologized. Never. I don't care. Anything that's happening to her is happening to her. Linda is, what is Linda talking about? That op-ed, shake my head. She finally admitted that they weren't guilty of the crime, but still did not say sorry. The entitlement of it all. I think the reason why she didn't say sorry is because she's a prosecutor and it's her job to prosecute. And so it would be like saying, you know, she's trying to say that there was other evidence, even though it was all circumstantial. She's also trying to say there was other evidence, and you know, a black person went on the stand to say that one of the guys told them that so they had a black woman on the stand who states that one of the 5 called her and told her that he held the woman down by her breasts. I don't know. I'm come to hang out with you all. Okay. Hello, remember how Drew Barrymore's mom was? No, I don't remember how Drew Barrymore's mom was. I don't even think of Drew Barrymore having a mom, even though I know she does. I've never seen that woman in my life. But that's also because Drew Barrymore was famous when there was no social media for me. It's hurtful how Black people are treated. It is. Crooked prosecutors should have to serve the sentence to get, then I don't think anybody would take cases. I gotta see this show. Sounds wild. Amina says, but what does it mean to prosecute when their only job is to throw people in prison by any means necessary? You're right, Amina, because that's exactly what their job is to put people in prison and to make deals. Drew Barrymore was in rehab at 13. Yeah, I knew that. I have friends to party with. I only have 2 kids who call me mom. Why would I give up that special relationship? I agree, Quasi. But there are some people, I think sometimes when women have like children, like their child becomes their best friend just because they're so dedicated as parents. And I think, you know, that happens. They used to party at Studio 54 together when she was like 8. Drew Barrymore and her mom? I saw things where she was drinking alcohol, but I didn't like, you know, like, I don't know. You know how like sometimes at parties, like there's always that one cousin who just manages to get drunk, you know, and they're like a kid and everybody's like, oh, that's what I thought it was. I didn't think it was like an all day, everyday thing. If she was drinking at that young age, I'm surprised that she's normal now. It's a lot. Like when your growing brain is on medications or on drugs, it does a lot for you. Sorry, I felt like somebody was at the door. Wow, will you review Pose? I won't. I'm doing too much right now. I mean, even though I do love Pose and I watch it, and I think that, like, you know, opulence, abundance, and Billy Porter gives me life, but I just can't review a bunch of shows. I wish I could be like Bondi out here on these streets reviewing all these shows, but I can't. Somebody corrected me last video when I said that Chris wasn't doing it, that it was only me, Nikki, and Nikki. It's also Bondi, but Bondi doesn't interact with me. Like I'll go to her page and like say stuff and like do stuff, but she doesn't really interact. And I don't know if it's because she doesn't be in the comment section or she's got a lot of videos or she's just not interested in interacting with other YouTubers, but I still go watch her show and give her a like because I do like her point of view and I think she's interesting. But yeah, I made an attempt. Like usually when I comment on other YouTubers' stuff, like it gets noticed because my name has a check mark next to it. That's the only place that I'm official is on YouTube. And so she just hasn't responded. She might not have seen it. I don't know. But she doesn't interact with me. So I don't, I just go and I like, and then sometimes I'll comment and leave a comment. Because sometimes you guys are in her comment section and I know you guys and I'll be like, hey girl, what's up? You know, whatnot. But I think that she thinks differently than me. And that's what's so interesting about Bondi's, because she thinks that Larissa's crazy. And I'm like, Larissa is my queen. And she's like, nah, Larissa's a gold digger. And Larissa crazy. Culty. And like Debbie, she makes fun of Debbie. It's funny. But yeah, like I know she does, but she's not she is a 90 Day Fiance person, but like I feel like Nikki Starr and I we did Bachelorette and 90 Day Fiance together. So it was kind of like we were doing the same 2 shows. And then obviously Nikki P does all of the 90 Day Fiancés and Love After Lockups. And so does Nikki Starr. So I just like have more of a rapport with them. And I'm so happy about it. I love those two. The two Nickies are the greatest. JJ said, I did come in late. Did you talk about Linda Fairstein? Yeah, I did talk about Linda Fairstein. She's trash. We all agreed she's trash. Aaliyah says, oh my God, please talk for a minute in that lady going to India to see Submit. Oh, Jenny, I need to see Submit so much. I miss Submit so much. I want to stay here with my grandkids and my kids, and I want to see everybody do everything, but I just love Submit so much, and we've already gone this far, and whoever gets a second wind on life, this is it. I'm on my way to India. Just landed. I love Jenny. I haven't watched Black Mirror yet. I have to be in a certain specific mindset to watch things like that, because sometimes I'm just like, oh, it's too much. Just need to watch something to relax my brain. I've been pushing through Project Runway. I've been trying to do Project Runway, watching that. She does sound like a puppet. Also, I'm going to get her. I mean, so many accents. I'm going to get them down. I'm also get Ronald's accent down too for a South African, because I don't know how to do a South African accent, either an Afrikaan or an African. I don't know how to do either. So it's going to be really interesting to hear it, to try to do it. I'm not worried about Jenny at all. She's a grown-ass woman. And we all know that she ends up seeing Sumit, that he gets there. Sumit is so cute, except for when he smiles. This teeth situation is I was like, oh, damn. But he's cute. He's cute. So, them teeth is fucking, I got a gap. I got teeth problems. So I'm not to talk about anybody's teeth situations, but it just detracts from him so much. So much. Cause he knows how to dress himself. Swinky B says, bruh, that's harsh. Cute like Scotty and Colty with a purpose. Quasi is coming for me. Quasi is coming for me. Oh my God. Woo! Oh, girl, Quasi, don't ever call me cute. Vicky Vale, Batman. Yeah, Vicky Vale, love it. Thank you so much for the super chat. I super appreciate it. Aladdin is cute. He was on the last episode. He's very cute. Or Aladdin. That's how you say it, Aladdin. Girl, she just came for me. Quasi said cute like Scotty and Colty with the pulp. I can't believe you called it what'd you call it? Not a dolphin, I can't say the word. Porpoise. Yo, she came for me. Oh, I remember somebody else came. Oh shit, I forgot it again. Somebody read, I remembered it right after I ended the live, but somebody read one of the cast members in my second to last video, and I was dying. Swanky, you weren't there when I said that Colty, I didn't say Colty was cute. Okay, let me explain myself. I said that I was wrong, is what happened. I was wrong. In hindsight, I was wrong. Okay. I said that Colty, I didn't say he was cute. I said that I said that he had skin like a dolphin, and it felt, and that it might be squishy, but I felt like it looked like it was wet, like a dolphin skin. And I also said that I might have sex with him. But that was in October, before I knew better. So, okay, so there was that. I think that Jenny is a very cute old lady. Not old lady, she's not old, but I think that for what's all happening with her, she's keeping it put together. 60 doesn't look the same on everybody. She's been in that sun, Quasi's trying to read me right now. Quasi. You can definitely see me in the mirror right behind here anyway. So I'm sinking down. You guys are funny. Oh my God, we're almost at a full hour. We're at 59 minutes. This is the longest non-morning tea of all. I think she dresses young and cute, and she doesn't have to. Like, she could look a lot crazier, and she's like trying to keep it cute and keep together. Did you guys know that her and Sumit have been together for 5 years? That's a long time. I need her to go to India and be with her man. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. That's a long time. Yeah, I don't think Colty's that bad. I think that if, I don't think he's an ugly guy, because I don't think that he's ugly. I just don't. But I did say that I might have sex with him. But that was only because it was in October and I didn't know any better. It was November. I didn't know any better. All right. Yeah, Vicky Fell, you did miss the Wendy chat. So basically what I said is that I don't want to know much about what's happening in Wendy's life, because I want her to go through her process by herself, and B, that she's got this new boo and I kind of judge her, even though I don't want to judge her. Thank you so much, Jessie. I don't want to judge her because I feel like I don't know what it's like to have had a partner for a very long time and then to go without, and what that void. And so you take an opportunity to fill that void, and I just don't want to watch it. I just want her to do it in privacy, because I feel like I'm kind of judging her, and I don't want to judge her. Felicie, the sheep girl, hasn't said anything, but me talking about Colty made her go, yikes, Colty is a hard pass for me. I'm bringing you guys out. If you haven't already, there's 86 people in this room. Go ahead and like this video. Give this video a like, or I'm going to sign off right now. I can't have you guys here for longer than an hour. What is this? She previously said she liked, what? I don't know what we're talking about. Sorry, I don't know what, honey, I don't know what you're talking about. That's how I found out about her. I'm from Buffalo. I don't know. I'm sorry, honey. You're talking to Vet. That's fine. Thanks, Fleecy the sheep girl. Colty gives me creeper stalker vibes. I mean, yeah. Yeah. He's like, you shouldn't talk about me like that. I'm your husband. Well, that's what we gotta do, darling. I'm just like, girl. Like, Season 4, episode 9, quote, Larissa locked herself in the bathroom, so I deactivated her phone, and she went in yelling and screaming and kept hitting me. Oh yeah, that's why he called the police. Colty gives me Norman Bates vibe. Alex says, hi, Wa, thanks so much from Brooklyn, Alex and D'Angelo. All right, yay! If you guys are leaving, bye, thank you so much. Have a good night. I know it's late there. I know, I gotta go. I've been on for an hour. I gotta go. Two pretty brown eyes. All right, you guys, I think I am going to totally bounce. What time is it? It is 8:32 here, fully dark. I got to start winding down. I'm not a morning person, and every morning I wake up and I want to go back to sleep, and I feel bad. I feel bad. I need to get some sleep so that I can function in the morning. How do you hit somebody from a bathroom? Oh, Colty and Larissa, I can't believe I caught you. I'm glad, Quasi. Bye, you guys. All right, you guys. So I want to thank you so much for watching this video. If you watched it not live and you sat through this whole hour video, I mean, kudos to you. Go ahead and leave a comment down below and leave, what kind of emoji do I want you guys to leave? If you watch the whole video or you're watching the end of this video, people do the little butterfly one, but I want to do something especial. Let me spin it. Stop here. Okay. Leave the bowling ball. Leave the bowling ball emoji. It's a bowling ball with bowling pins. Leave that emoji if you guys got to the end of this video. Thank you so much to everybody who gave me a super chat. Alexia, Jana, Punky Reggae Party, Brittany. I'm missing one person. If I can find it, I can look it up. But thank you guys so much for all of your generosity. Oh yeah, bowling ball. Yeah, you guys did it. Thanks. Thank you guys so much for everyone who left me a super chat. Vicky Vale, Jessie Lee. I can't think of the other ones that were higher up, but I want to thank you guys so much for anything that you give for the super chat. I'm so happy that you guys like the content that I'm giving out. I try to do my best for you guys because I honor you guys, and I thank you so much for giving me your time. I love watching people on YouTube, so I hope that you guys are as fulfilled with your YouTube watchery as I am. I'm going to go watch a Julesy video right now. Her and her friend just recapped the movie Ma. And I wanted to go see it, but now because of what they said, girl, I'm not going to go see that movie. But I'll catch it on Netflix, or I'll catch it on when it come on video. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'll go buy a ticket for it. All right, you guys. That is it. I want to thank you. Remember to let's have a kiki in a conversation in the comment section for those of you guys who are not watching this live. And remember to be you. Be true and find your place. And check down below. Get you a mug. Get you a shirt. You know what I'm saying? All right. Bye. Thank you, Jesse Lee and Tiana, for moderating. You guys are the true MVPs. Good night.